and thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome back to another general pick a card, or not a pick a card reading, to another general reading regarding the twin flame journey. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you're new, welcome. And if you're just returning, welcome back. Thanks so much for sticking with me. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded videos. I hope you enjoyed the previous ones that I did just upload regarding the divine masculine and the divine feminine. However, there are so many cases out there. So let's go ahead and get into another general reading about the twin flames. We're going to look at the divine masculine and the divine feminine. We're going to do two separate spreads, and we're going to see the similarities, the differences of what's going on between the both parties in this current energy, okay? So the cards are pre-shuffled. We're going to give them a whirl now. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I apologize if the comments have been recently turned off for the most recent videos. I am uploading via my cell phone, and I guess it automatically turns the comments off. But don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, I am doing same-day readings, okay, for a flat rate. Go ahead and email me in the description box below to book your same-day reading. Ready? Let's see what we got for the divine feminine. The Emperor. We have Aries. Okay. I feel like this is an interesting card to start off with the feminine energy. So regardless if you're in your masculine energy or you feel like you always are in this dominant masculine energy, the Emperor has a role, whether you're a parent or not. They have this role as if they were a parent or a leader of many or a leader of goals. So whichever situation you're put in, you're always presented as a leader. Your opinion matters. Everything that you say to people is like factual, okay? It's like you have this high rank wherever you go. Okay, regardless if you have immediate family near you or not, you just have this jurisdiction. The Emperor is notated as a good person, just a good human being. So, and all of the decisions that you make in every situation that you're in, regardless of if it's new to you or what have you, even if it's, been a bad situation once before, it doesn't matter. You always seem to make the right decision here with this Emperor. And it's an Aries energy, so it's someone who's very, is very controlled, okay? They're very entitled, and, they rightfully should be, but they're very, not important. They're very just respected, okay? They're very respected, sometimes feared, you easily intimidate someone for the divine feminines. It just says that you've been given a role of royalty, okay? And take that how it applies. Let's see what else is here for the divine feminine. The Two of Wands, more a fire energy. So a lot of movement, and even just a lot of movement within yourself. This could talk about a personal conflict, is what I'm seeing here with all of this fire energy, because again, we have the major arcana here. So it says that you have this standpoint, but with the Two of Wands, especially, take a look at the card here. This card talks about planning. So without moving, without deciding, okay, this is like a planning stage, which can take you months, even years, okay? So it's like or even just longer than usual. This says that you're planning before you move, and so you're still trying to figure out your self-worth. You're still trying to figure out why you've been given this role or this talisman or this title, okay, or this duty or this family or what have you that you've just gotten aware of, that you're like, oh wait, I'm in control of this situation. So it seems like we've been put into a situation that's really different, but we're not shocked, okay? Something that's just been ready to come. It's a part of your journey, okay? And whatever part of the journey that you're in right now, you've been given a role to finally take that talisman and run with it, okay? And with the Two of Wands, it just says that you're looking at those options, whether it's a people, places, or thing. You're looking at those options. It could be a specific number 2 for someone, and you're going to add another group of I don't know, animals or people into your family, or you're going to move into a 2-bedroom house or apartment. You're leveling up here. But for some of us, we feel like we're leveling down because we're not understanding our self-worth. We're not understanding what we can do with those tools for some of us. Okay, remember, it's a general reading, so it won't resonate with everyone. But with that 2 of Wands, it says that you have a responsibility, that the majority of us, okay, know what the responsibility is. And we're just trying to figure out how we're going to get there. So right now, the Divine Feminines are planning, but with great haste. And, you know, it seems like, let's see what else we get. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Wheel, okay? And so Major Arcana number 10 here, it's talking about how you want good to come back to you. So you're trying to do good for others. Remember here with the Emperor, his name or her name is being a good person. That's just something that the Emperor or the Empress, okay? But the Emperor has. And it says, especially with this masculine energy, that you're someone who may not be so focused on the way they look, may not be so focused on their presentation, whereas a female would, or a female energy would, but more so about how you lay down the law, or how you come off. Okay, so there's a fine line between that. Some of us are tapping into our inner child once again, and we're understanding that it's like, okay, wow, I've been given this huge role, but I feel still like a child. You know, maybe you don't feel like you have enough, but it says here especially that you have exactly what you need, or you're working on exactly what you need. But I feel like the majority of us know what we need, and we have what we need, or we're working on getting that, or we're trying to follow some sort of jurisdiction here because we have really large shoes to fill. This is us, this is our bloodline, this is our destiny, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be a good prince or a suited princess. Does that make sense? So you're going there, but we're still trying to figure out, some of us, how the hell we got here, why the hell this is our destiny. But you know, the beautiful part of the twin flame journey is not just that you get to be with someone who just is like your ultimate dream partner. You know, there's nothing comes free. So it says that with this salvation and this road to redemption that you're taking with the twin flame journey, that you're going to have to notice some things about yourself and what you can bring to the table, because you can't be in a fulfillment or soulmated, but a twin flame situation or relationship without knowing why you two were meant to be. So, you know, there's a lot that's going on here. The Wheel of Fortune is a really good card because it says that you're putting in the work, you're trying. You know, I see that, you know, we see that he's trying or she's trying, and she or he is still looking back and saying, hey, is this what I'm supposed to do? So there's still some doubt here. Remember, we have this this little girl here. Just there's still some doubt, and maybe because a lot of us have a lot of opportunities and options, but then again, we know that there's only one way to go. But it looks like the Divine Feminines are trying to put in the right work. We're trying to listen. We're trying to go bit for bit. We're really trying to understand our journey and understand the work that we're supposed to do and put into our path. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So regardless of your stature, regardless of how much money you have or your job, and the Nine of Pentacles does talk about someone who's able to make ends meet by herself, for herself, that she can take care of herself physically, financially, and everything else just by herself. She would need no one. She also likes to give advice to people about how she is so successful in her own way, okay? The thing about the Nine of Pentacles is that she is also prudent. So some of us may or may not be in relationships right now. Even if we are, we're still kind of really focused on ourselves and how to mature and how to step into this power, okay? With the fire and the earth energy, we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. With these two energies together, it says that we're driven and we're going to be, or we are ambitious about finding our standpoint. Okay, let's see what we have at the top of the deck here for, let's shuffle this. Our hard work is going to pay off, Divine Feminines. I feel like in the midst of this, we're still thinking about our divine partner. I mean, there's no way that you can't think about your divine partner, especially when you realize that a lot of what we're going through is because of meeting them, is the realization of what was missing. when we tap into our heart chakra, or our whole kundalini, but especially our heart chakra, we coming from a water sign, right? We understand certain aspects of the heart, okay? And it seems that our whole kundalini was recognized or shocked. We felt all of those aspects of ourselves when we met our twin flame journey, okay? When we met our twin flame partner on the journey. And now, or at some point for you, remember, it's not going to resonate with everyone. We're going to understand once we realize, and then be able to make haste and work. Okay, so we're understanding our power, we're understanding who we are, and we're understanding what needs to be utilized at this point with the Emperor. Okay, we're understanding where we came from. We're understanding what we look like right now, and we're dealing with that. We are happy and we are okay with that, because we know that we're destined for something and with someone, because we all, want someone we can relate to. We want someone we can love. Some of us want our twin flame because we realize that this is our better half. This is us understanding that the magician wanted to come out here. Okay, this is us understanding what we've longed to understand. Okay, so some of us like, how come we don't find it? Because it's not something that you want. It's not something that you know. And again, my previous reading before this one, go check out that video. I do believe it's the divine masculine and the divine feminine that it's labeled. Some of us just, we don't believe in certain things. Okay, and so if you've seen, you're not going to be able to erase that and throw it away. Okay, and again, the Six of Wands wanted to come out, so we're going to be praised for this. And it's saying some of us may be a little weary of where we're going because of what people are saying, but this card talks about being praised for what you've done and what you're doing. So you may have quite a few eyes on you right now, but it's just that some people want to learn from you. Some people like what you're doing. And, there's all kinds of people in this riot, but this person, you are making sure that you're focused on going towards the future and going on your path. As some people are very inspired by you. This white horse represents strength, all the greenery, abundance, and money. Okay, notice this guy's wreath here, but we also had the Magician, Gemini energy, or really just everyone's energy, everyone's idea of success. Okay, your idea of success is to make sure that every area that you are aware of, every part of that kundalini that was triggered when you met your twin flame is activated and it is used and is utilized promptly. Okay, so we have the cup, which signifies the water, the pentacle for the earth, the sword for the air, and the wand here for the fire. And so right now, the majority of us divine feminines are focusing on that fire energy, that pure potential. No matter what I do, I'm going to make sure that I succeed, but I'm going to make sure that I plan and think it out and take my time to think. Okay, and then also here with this earth energy, about being patient with yourself at the same time. Okay, it's a lot of patience going on here, but making sure that you see a product from all that you've done. So it's not just about, we don't want to end up procrastinating. We want to make sure that we're focused on the right things. So we do know, it's kind of like a humbling thing, and it's pretty attractive to know that you can focus on yourself with even knowing that there's someone out there that you want to love, unconditionally. So with the Magician, it also talks about making things happen, making things come true, right? Like a magician, like magic, proof. And saying that you want to show people, you want to be able to show people like everything that you've accomplished, regardless if they're watching or not, regardless if they're cheering you on or not, okay? Right now or then, but you want to make sure that you make some sense out of everything that's going on. All right, so let's see what's going on with the divine masculine. Let's see what he's got. So we have the Hierophant. So here's his card with this Taurus, okay, energy, major arcana number 5, right after the Emperor. So the Emperor is the major arcana number 4. Now we have major arcana number 5, the Hierophant. So we know that this is the high priestess counterpart. So what I can say right now is that not only do you realize that you're not losing anything, especially when it comes to the thing that you want most, they realize that too. I feel like, let me see. Top of the deck, we have the Sun card, so more Leo energy. And this was also, I think, in the same order in my video prior, the one that's the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Please go check that out. I do believe that the knowledge, the gains that they've come up on, and knowing now who they are, right, with that Kundalini, is making them happy. I do believe that majority of your counterparts are feeling good in their money and their abundance, and their tapping into their childhood here. So the majority of the divine partners, or the male energies right now, I want to say have been there, done that. I feel like they've already tapped into their child, and they're loving it right now. Whether they just did it, you know, they're like a few steps ahead of us right now, okay? They know more than what we know right now, and I feel like the scales are being balanced. Okay, we have the Eight of Cups here. Wait, the Seven of Cups, I'm sorry. For choices, decisions, illusions, you know, it's very liable that they can choose wrong. So we want to make sure that the Divine Masculine is on the right track with all that he knows, because the Hierophant knows all. Okay, the Hierophant and the High Priestess, they know all. They're above the average or the norm or the people in society. So I think right now they're doing good as far as money or work or jobs or whatever gives them the most power in their personal life. I think they're feeling like they're high and mighty because they have lots of choices and options. So with the Divine Feminine, we know that we have options, but we know for a fact that we have really only one way or one option. So also, the Divine Masculine may feel like he has many options. It could be some sort of a player type, or they just could really just have options as far as like they may be wanting to relocate. Maybe they're single. I mean, maybe they want to put some money down on a new business or something that they're given this really like maybe one in a lifetime chance about something that they've been really hoping and wishing and praying for. And it's making them feel happy. It's making them feel good. And they're tapping into their inner child, because what brought them there is what brought them this glory. Okay. They're putting themselves first, for sure. They're putting themselves first, but humbly. They're making sure that they thank, you know, for an example, God for grace. If they're not religious, please take it how it applies. You know, they're making sure they stop and smell the flowers. Tapping into your inner child, remember, means that, but still abiding by strength, but still riding on strength, okay? They wanted to make sure that they're like remembering not only where they come from, but their lessons, in fact. And when you're a child, you don't really focus on all of the triumphs of the world, okay? You're just really focused on your happiness. So here also with the Seven of Cups, here with the Seven of Cups, okay, remember it talks about illusions. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpios. We have earth, we have fire, we have water. And I don't want to say that they feel bombarded. I don't want to say that they feel, I think honestly they're feeling kind of privileged about everything that they're going through. I think they feel privileged. And I don't know if they're taking the time out to say thank you to you, but they're saying thank you to the connection, to the love that they know that they've gotten from you, or to the inkling, to the thoughts and the knowledge that they know that they got from you. Because remember, it's the Hierophant. So this is due to a counterpart. It takes two to tango type of thing. So that's just the energy that I'm getting with that Leo there, and this water energy about options and decisions. Remember, you can make the wrong decision here, and quite a few of these are illusions. So even how I feel like even how freaking high and mighty they feel right now, they're still worried. I think a part of them knows that they might make the wrong decision, or they're hesitant about making a decision. At the top we have the Death card, Scorpio energy. So they're scared about it's almost like they don't want to, hold on, let me see. We got the High Priestess. So it's almost like they don't want to know this truth. They're very scared of this change, you know, and it cut me in my thumb. They're scared of this change. They're scared to go left. They're scared to be right. They're scared to be wrong, you know. I honestly get that. Okay, because it's kind of ironic here that they're so happy about everything that they know, and with themselves and just in their own situation. So if you know that they're in relationships, for an example, or they have some tight ship going on, they just kind of want to stay tight and grounded. They don't like to flee. They get anxiety very bad. But it's almost like in their happiness, they especially can't hide from this connection. They especially can't hide from what they are proud of, okay? Because of where they got to go, their destiny. Remember, you can't turn back from certain things or that you know, okay? But they're scared to make this change. They're scared to make a decision. And it's almost really like, I take that back, what I said earlier, that not that they feel like they may make the wrong decision because they don't know what's right. They really are just scared of making the decision that they know is you. Okay, here's that lady in blue. It's the high priestess. They're really scared of this connection in itself because it's going to change. It's going to alter everything about them. It's going to change everything about their lives up until today. So however old they are, okay, and again, it's not going to resonate with everyone. If you just jumped into your, twin flame relationship, please email me so we can get exactly what's for you. But this connection just scares the living crap out of them. We have the moon card at the bottom of the deck, and I do want to say that they're not so confused. It's just emphasizing the illusion of like, it's not that big of a deal. I can just keep, putting this on hold. Let's clarify that sun card there for the divine masculine. Let's clarify that sun card there. So we have the Seven of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This is that air energy, being all up in the head. As far as the Kundalini is concerned, this is the mind chakra, or the dome, right? And it's all about thoughts. It's all about pointing one in one direction, but like it's almost like a snake eye kind of thing. The Seven of Swords is usually like in the Rider Waite. Oh, we've got the Five of Swords. Now let's see if I can pull it out. The High Priestess. The Seven of... Here we are. This is the Seven of Swords. For those who aren't, familiar. And... I mean, both representations are completely different, and I'm going to read both so that it can resonate with a lot more of you. So this one, you see that he's running away with a certain amount of swords, 5 swords, and then leaving behind 2, looking sneaky, leaving in the middle of the night or what have you. And then you've got these people back here who I guess are who work at this camp, fleeing a military camp or some sort of rules and regulations that you no longer want to live by, for even if it's a temporary amount of time. But I noticed that these people back here who are like talking and like a little bonfire over there see him. Okay, one moment. They see him and he sees, and they both see each other. But it's like, I'm going to do this anyway, even though I'm trying to be sneaky. Okay, I'll come back to that thought. I just lost it. But as far as the 2 swords still being there and then the majority of them carrying them, knowing that they're going to bring baggage into your life, they're going to bring all sorts of worries into your life and sharp words and cunning things to say and do. I mean, they're just really not prepared or not ready to show their face. Okay, I'll come back to this one, but this one is interesting as well. I like to say that this is the old him or the old her. Okay, so this is like your divine partner that you're watching for today, and this was them in the past. A lot of us, it's not going to resonate with everyone, have met them quite some time ago, or at least to where they've aged at least a year or two, and it's almost like they're trying to remember who they were, where it somewhat worked out, versus the person they are today and what they have today. and it's like a constant battle. Okay. Also, it could just be that, you know, family, friends, or their conscience or something like that is telling them, look, like, go do this, but for a certain amount of time, and then boom, boom, boom. And with that instruction, it's going to bring burden because, and a lot of trouble and lies and etc. Because you're not leaving on good terms, or you're not leaving with any settlement. You're just trying to sneak out. And then usually when you sneak out and you leave, you know, things unsettled, you go back, right? One moment. I love how in this one it shows the guy or the girl telling them which way to go, pointing that way, right? Pointing to the left. And then their foot is up on this step here going to the left, but then they have like a knife here, okay, right? Like as a metaphor, and then their foot down. It's like, yeah, I'm listening to you, but he really wants to just to do the right thing. Okay, so there is like this taunting. Let me clarify it. There is a taunting to want to do the right thing. We have the Six of Pentacles here as far as charity work going and third party situation. There is like a want to do the right thing, but then there's like this dying urge to do something else. So now we have the Empress here. So now we have the two counterparts. So I knew that the Empress was going to come out for the Divine Masculine, because I knew that, not just because when one is in the feminine energy, the other has to be in the masculine energy, not necessarily, but I knew for a fact that they would have been in this energy because they're more so focused on their reputation, or what they look like, or what they feel like they may or may not be able to do. Will I be able to cook this enough, cook this good enough? Or will I be able to have my hair look good enough, or my nails and my hygiene and, the whole thing. And I feel like that's more so what the Divine Masculine or the is feeling, especially with all of this anxiety. So you have to wonder, maybe they're feeling like they can't go empty-handed, because if they lift this weight, they wouldn't be able to stand. They wouldn't be able to, show themselves, in the right way, right? And so I feel like right now, this is the Divine Feminine and this is the Divine Masculine. Obviously, when we balance out, we'll switch back. But the Divine Feminine, as the Emperor, is more so just like, you know what, I know who I am. I know what I'm like. I know my self-worth. Yay, hurrah, because I know multiple videos back, guys, if you've been watching me, that was like a work in progress, rising from the ashes or whatnot. And that's what the Divine Masculine is trying to do now, slightly. But right now, we're not so much worried about our appearance. And some of us may go days without painting our nails or brushing our hair or curling our hair, or what have you. Maybe we're gaining or losing too much weight. I mean, regardless. But right now, we're getting a pass by the Divine. We're getting a huge pass. In our own personal lives. Okay, please take that how it applies. But right now, we're not really caring about, certain things. We just know that we want to make sure that we lay down the law. We want to prove that we can stand on our own 2 feet, for once in our lives. And the Divine Masculine wants to prove that they can be perhaps this knight in shining armor for you. They want to prove to themselves that they can be feminine, like that they can be able to love and nurture and give equally. Okay. With all that they know, they're going to need to install that. You know what I mean? It's not just about knowing this and knowing that and being able to, but it's being able to like really back it up with the heart, with those feelings and emotions. And I feel like that's where that anxiety comes from, is because look, you can choose, look, there's a serpent here, and you can pretend like you love someone, you can pretend like you're trying to make decisions because you care, but he keeps going back to the drawing board here because he really doesn't care. So for those of us who have been out of relationships or haven't seen our Divine Masculines, etc., in such a long time, regardless if you want to or not, because we got tired of the back and forth, it's an inner conflict. And they're actually wanting to learn how to stay a while, to be able to actually get up and move and move with purpose instead of like a walk of shame. You know, because I believe the divine is trying to tell the divine masculine, or the masculine energy, or the feminine energy right now, really, that, you know, they have the right head on their shoulders. And every time they leave, hypothetically, right, take it how it applies, they know what they're doing, but something, we have the Queen of Cups here, okay, something, let's see, let's clarify the Seven of Swords. It's not that something pulls them back. I think they manipulate themselves, and I want to know what it is for this group of divine masculines. So what do we have? The Four of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So we know that their thoughts are like their own worst enemy right now. Then we have the Seven of Cups again. Okay, so that's equivalent to the Rider-Waite here. That's equivalent. So, you know, and I love how this deck shows that they're just the illusion. They just can't stop thinking about you, or can't stop thinking about the connection, or what they feel, and how they're where they are today, and seeing things much clearer because of this twin flame connection. So, you know, and then we have the Four of Cups here. So it's just a lot of stuck and stagnant energy. I was going to say, you know, I think your divine masculine does not like to move with haste. I think your divine masculine actually likes to stay put, likes to feel really solid on the ground. And I think they really don't like, and with all this air energy, they may feel like in their situation, or with you, that they're always up in the air, okay? And they don't like that feeling. They don't like that. And if they are an air sign, you know, they might have a long way to go, because right now their goal is to be this Empress, and she's very much an earthy person. You know, she's a fire sign, she's an Aries, but to say that they need to be grounded. And so where they are right now in life is grounding them to a point where at least they can stand on the ground with all this heavy burden and bullshit. So, but with you, or thinking about you, they don't, I don't know if they don't see where they're going, because with this card here, it talks about just meditation, and not even thinking about what, this is just a meditation card, the Four of Swords. We don't think, we don't eat, you know, we're relaxing, you know, we're just really trying to clear our minds. So it doesn't tell me that they don't know where you can go. They just know that when they think about how far they can go, that just scares them. It's like they're terrified of heights or something. They're terrified of the fall. So they just really want to stay grounded where they are, but then they're like, okay, interesting. The King of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. And then the Sun again. All right, so your person could be an earth sign, or an air sign, or any sign here. But if they're an earth sign, it's like, again, they like to be grounded. And they like to be grounded in their comings, okay? So they like to be grounded in the material world. They definitely are materialistic. That's what I do want to say. But they're someone who likes to be independent as well. They don't like people to have any kind of say or finger on their money. They'll do what they want to do with their money. I do believe they're humble at the same time. Here with the Page of Swords. So the pages, to me, are really amazing, because it's the start of something new. It's already the idea that you want to do something, and so you're already doing it, and you don't mind, or you don't second guess the fact that it's not like it's not like a 10 of Cups or something, or like a 10 of Pentacles. It's not like a completion, but it's damn near going to be the beginning of it for the pages. And for a Page of Swords, for me, it's my Superman card, right? Because they're so curious, they're diverse, you know, they're just open-minded, they're curious, they like to ask a lot of questions, they like the knowledge, they like learning new things. And so with what they know, they'll be, for an example, 10 years old, they'll walk up into like some sort of conference, and they'll open the door knowing that they really weren't supposed to, because they're ruining mom and dad's conference or whatever, and they'll go in there and start asking all these smart questions and get people laughing, and you know, it's a good time. They'll get a cookie or a snack for being a good kid. When they get home, they'll be like, you don't come into that, you know. So that's just this type of person. They're just very, regardless of how old they are, they're just very open-minded and non-judgmental, you know. Or it's just not even about that. They have unbiased opinion. They're just, what's up, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, but they're very materialistic, but not even, they're very firm in what they know, what they believe in, and how they want to do things, how they want to make money, what they won't do to make money. So they're very like adamant on who they want to be, okay? And they'll show you, like, it's like they're just like, yeah, man, I got it. And they don't have to be the smartest person in the entire world, you know what I mean? But they definitely are like, I'm smart enough, right? And I got stuff to show for it, you know, just like I can show you this way or that way. And these are the ways that they know. All right. Let's see. I get a feeling that the divine feminine right now and that emperor energy does not like that or something. I don't know. So you have the 5 of Swords. So that's what's wanted to come out again. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So this person, there's an energy here of someone who wants to play to win, win at all costs, and doesn't really mind who's hurting them. I don't know, but I also get a feeling that these 5 swords, even just the 3 they're holding and the 2 that were dropped, are very dear to this person. So I do want to give this to the divine masculine, since we're talking about him or her, and just say that they're not as cocky as you think. Someone may think that they're very cocky. They're a very hard worker, and they're someone who likes to go back to the drawing board quite often and make sure that they crossed all their, you know, T's and dot all their I's, kind of thing. But maybe right now they're sort of burning bridges. We have the 5 of Pentacles, so there's some loss here, financial loss, breakups, loss in friends. This is just loss and triumph here. All right. And there's just like the same old thing is going on in their situation, and people are crying, people are feeling hurt, and they feel like it's their fault, but they care deeply for those people around them. Okay. With that King of Pentacles, I do know that it comes with a family. It comes with a lot of trust and a lot of leadership and goals and missions that they're working on. So they're very much in a team with someone right now. And I do want to just show you divine feminines for those who, you know, are still seeking relationship, okay, and the connection. This 4 of Swords does show that they're in a home, or that they are taken care of, and they're taking care of themselves, okay? Take it how it applies. But they're still taking the time out of the day to like separate, you know, what's real and what's not, okay? Let's clarify this 5 of Swords. Ooh. And the main reason for that here, we have the 4 of Pentacles, is because they're trying to stay vain and stay sane. No, they're really just trying to save their money, make money. With that 4 of Pentacles, stay laser focused on the most important things right now. So some people right now are going to be told to like be quiet or give them some space, right? That's what's kind of going on. For some of you, it is happening. If you're an earth sign and they're an air sign, earth and air especially, they're needing to tell people that even if it's not happening, even if it's not the reality, that they need to back off, because they're needing to like differentiate, you know, the fantasy and the reality, the fantasy being you. So the Magician here we have, again, this is Gemini energy, needing to prove to people that what they're doing, okay, because they're getting some real bad ridicule because of what they're doing to these people, that they have a plan, that they know why they're doing this. But you know, with those people looking over them, they're needing exactly the help that they're trying to say they don't need. So it's safe to say that in this time, okay, there's quite a bit of betrayal going on here. And maybe that's why they're feeling like they're back at this Page of Swords, because what really do they know if it's not all about where they are? I hope that makes sense. We have also the Ace of Swords, more air energy. So this is like a rebirth, okay? Remember, they have the Death card. This is like a rebirth. So the Ace is also a seed, just like the Page, right? But this is more so like heaven sent. This is like the divine gives you this, because sometimes we can get so stuck in what we know and what we're doing. So we're going to need help to be like, yo, how can I do this? So without knowing a problem, right? For an example, without knowing the problem, how we're going to fix it. So sometimes we don't even know that this is what we need. How do we know we needed the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Wands? So with the Ace of Swords, it's saying that your divine partner is needing, or is being blessed with, or is asking for, however it still does need this new way of thinking, because it could be very well that, you know, some people around them are brainwashing them, or just don't want them, not necessarily to elevate, remember, take it how it applies, but want them to find something else or find someone else that isn't their situation, okay? So even, you know, other parties are like, oh, this would be fine, everything but, you know, where they know they should go, or they know that they want to go, right? So the Ace of Swords is like, for an example, some of us grew up in Christian homes, and then we went to college, or we left the house at, 18 or whatever, and we found another religion, or we found that we didn't even want to be religious. So that Ace of Swords is something that gives you that leeway of being able to believe whatever you want to believe. You're being given that chance to believe the truth here about who you are, and maybe these people around you, or what you have to do, what you need to know in order to succeed, because there's been some financial loss there. Three of Swords and heartbreak. So more air energy, a lot of heartbreak, and I think they blame themselves because they're trying to make everyone happy, or they're trying not to believe what they feel, so like what they know. So the Three of Swords talks about betrayal, heartbreak, and lies. So I think they're just like feeling like everybody around them, their marriage, their relationship, their equal give and take, their partnerships aren't working out, because I feel like for some people they're lying. For some people it's just your divine partner knows the truth, and so how can they live a lie anymore? How can they say, oh yeah, when they really mean no? It's just that whole thing. So they're needing to believe again, and what they are supposed to believe in, or what they stopped believing in. Here we have the Ten of Pentacles. So for some of them, money shouldn't be everything. For some of them, they need to spend money the right way. For some of them, it's not about the third party. It's about their relationship and how they're supporting that. There's so many things. So let's see what's going on. How does the divine feminine feel about the divine masculine? I'm going to use this at the Fool card. So she feels like the divine feminine feels like she's taking a risk, another risk or another leap of faith, but she already feels like she's on this road towards this person. She feels like, okay, I was just about to say, she feels strong about her decision. We have another major arcana. So, I mean, and just with the major arcanas, seriously, she just feels like this is her journey and this is her path to do. So she knows that now that she's going to connect all of the dots and say, okay, if I do this, it's because I'm getting this, or it's because I'm, because of this. So she's making sure that there's no loose ends. And She feels strongly about what she's doing. She's scared too, though. You feel scared too, Divine Feminine. She's scared because she's feeling like she needs to make sure that she has a plan B. She needs to make sure that she has an army. So you could be working on getting, some friends or some or like something. You're looking at a confidant. So, or if not a physical person or a thing, you're really just trying to make sure every day that you remind yourself like about who you are. Remember, you're the Emperor, so you're not in that feminine energy. You already know that you're as feminine as you can possibly be. So now you need to work on another aspect of yourself. So, but I definitely think that strength, that masculine energy is making you feel like you have a lot to rely on, or you're looking for something to make sure that you rely on to pull you through this journey. I don't feel like you feel doubtful about where you're going and who you're going to be with. Okay, I feel like you know that your partner is doing some pretty bad things, but you're like, look, I got an army of like lions, tigers, and bears. Nothing's worse than what I got. You know what I mean? Or nothing can, you're like trying to build a foundation to let them know that like nobody's going to be able to enter this domain. I think that's what you're doing. So let's see what about the Divine Masculine. So you're building that foundation. And you may or may not know it because we're looking at the Fool here. So we have, okay, we're looking at the Fool card. So he doesn't look like he has much, but he's got everything. And I do believe that you're not too flashy about it. So I'm getting a lot of air energy about what they're feeling. The main card I see here, though, is the Six of Swords. So that's leaving turmoil behind. They're always in that battle, it seems. The masculine energy is always in that battle. Who's in the feminine energy today? About saying, look, yes, I know what I feel, but it's not something that I need to do. So they're still there. They're just like, they say they know this. The Ace of Cups. They know, but they have to leave that negative energy behind. They have to, they'll give you a little, but they got to give somewhere a lot, That's what they're saying. And that's how they, so, but like, as far as how they feel, the feelings are still there 100%. Okay. So both of them are like showing that her hand is on the water figuratively, and then he's all up in her face. So you take it how it applies, but they're saying, look, I got to leave, I can't be here. So we have that popped out, the King of Swords and the Sun card. And again, with the Six of Pentacles, needing to give a little and give a lot. So if you or them are an air or a fire sign, if you're a Leo and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they know what they feel. They know what they know. It's like if you knew that your person is like someone who likes to know a lot, like I explained, they know. So you don't have to worry about that. They know that, this knowledge, they feel like this knowledge makes them happy. And so they feel like you make them happy, and what you know and what they know because of what you know, that whole thing. So they're trying to say that like whatever they have that they've been wanting, they got, and they know that you had a big part in that. They just don't believe, That's what this is saying. They don't believe or something. Because he's literally just there dressed in, in black and brown. And in earlier stages where he felt like he was doing right towards people, he had on this red hat.